Hello, welcome to another video tutorial with Chris. Um, Today I got this model right here that you see in front of you. Um, it's one of the Hags. Uh, I picked it because I can kind of show you a little bit of technique that I got with my painting. I've already mixed up a couple paints, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna try to keep it in frame, and so you can really see it. But if I move it around a little bit, I'm sorry. I haven't quite got the video stuff down pat yet. Um, so bear with me. I'm gonna go ahead and start painting. Um, what we've got here with my techniques is I try to put a good base coat of what the color that I want the main figure to be. So this one's kind of a bluish color. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can see where I'm kind of going with it. I had to mix a couple of paints together to get that color, so I'm starting with the hands. Let me get my thing so I can see. Hold on just a second. All right. When working with these cheaper paints, they kind of go on a lot thicker. They tend to. Even when you dilute them down with water, they're less opaque that you get with the I guess that's the term for it, that you get with the more expensive paints. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see that. Okay. So you have to work with them carefully, lightly brushing on. You don't want to press down on the paint on the model when you do it. You just want a light coat, because if you put it on too thick, you'll have just a big glob there, and it doesn't look as smooth. If you do it with light, fast strokes, you get more of a light coating, which is what you want. Sometimes you can coat the entire thing and then go over it with another color to kind of get the gist of what you want to do. That's kind of the way I like to work with these folk art paints. Um, they're not really designed for models like your Citadel or your other. So I mean, if you want to, you've got the money to spend for the more expensive ones, go right ahead. I mainly do this for um, when we're playing D&D, or just because I like to relax and paint. And and these kind of get me focused in and allow me to use my creativity to come up with new ways of painting it, changing it a little bit, making it my own. That's what you do with these. Anytime that you paint, you're doing your own. Don't just go by the box art. Um, you can paint it any color you want. You could paint it red if you wanted a red one. It doesn't have to be exactly the way the box. In fact, I've got one that I'll show you here in just a little bit, because I'm not going to paint this whole thing in front of you. I'm just going to kind of show you the gist of it. But what I try to do is avoid areas when I'm painting the base color. I only paint the base color for each area. I like there's little places on here that'll have some highlights later, but I'm painting over those with the base coat, so that you have the base coat and then the little highlight just kind of pops. You just kind of put a little dash here or a dash there to do the highlight. I'm gonna make this video a lot shorter than the last one. I'm sorry it was so long. Um, but I'm going to move on to highlights as soon as we can get this. I can get a little spot here. Oh, get a little spot here done so that we can look at the highlights. You can use a few things to make some of these models your own, make them look better. I found stuff, there's like liquid green stuff you can buy, which is it's a good product for filling in lines, like where something's not fully together, or it's mainly used for Warhammer. Um, but it's really good for making models your own, because you can add stuff. Like if you wanted to put a little more texture in an area, or a glob, like a wart or something, where it's not on the actual model, you can just take that green stuff, paint it on, and have it be whatever you want it to be, and just layer it up until it's what you want. Uh, the horn's not big enough or something like that. Now you have to get the kind that rolls up and shapes to do anything more than just a little spot or something, or filling in a crack. That's mainly what the liquid green stuff is for. Now, as you can see, I've got a full texture on there right now, but there's no you can't really see a lot of detail with just the simple paint. Um, but that's where things are going to get a little bit more interesting. Um, let me pause the video and let it dry for a second, and we will continue in just a second.